Kultured Khun.
What is it that you do?
Poet, podcaster, philosopher, and part-time public speaker.
Why do you do what you do?
Why do I do what I do? Because I felt the need to fill a gap in the market. And by the market, I meant the Zambian brain drain. Because I feel like there's a lot of creatives, people with a message in their heart and their head, who are bold enough or brave enough to share it. And that's not because of their own doing, but due to societal strictures, culture, and things being taboo. So I decided to express myself as a means of breaking away from that mold and becoming more like who I really felt was locked inside within myself. So I was expressing my higher self by podcasting and sharing my poetry and creating content.
Where did you draw inspiration from?
Where did I draw inspiration from? That's a good question. I think there's many creatives out there, but for me, I think Joe Rogan in particular and a few other podcasters. Podcasting is something different because you have the mic, and depending on whether you want script or unscripted, you have that level of interface which is different from the traditional point and shoot to the camera. So at least with the mic, it's like an extension of yourself. And when you talk, if you like to hear your own voice like what I do, then you're able to, gauge with yourself. You can have conversations with yourself about yourself and at least unravel some of your deeper thought patterns and find a community of like-minded people who like, share, subscribe, and comment on your content.
How has doing what you do impacted your life for better or worse?
For worse, I've become more stressed. And I think I've also become more of a perfectionist. I think a lot of the time I stress because I don't like the particular cut of the video, the volume, or the background music, or the lighting, and then also with the team culture, as people, as a duo, or even just a team or a trio, whatever it is, finding time within your day to dedicate to each other and to that cause and championing it for the better is really difficult, especially if you have other commitments, other responsibilities and duties which you hold yourself to, whether it's helping out at home, helping out at the business, helping out wherever, for just finding that perfect balance between work life is difficult because obviously for us it's not really work, but we're enjoying it, but it is work in the sense that we're constantly at it, improving and bettering ourselves. But yeah, I think for worse, I'm a lot more stressful, a lot more time constrained. For better, I think I'm having relief, I can say. I think I'm a lot more calm and at peace because I'm able to voice some of my heartfelt opinions and then also able to branch out and develop ideas from within my psyche and to collaborate with different people. So obviously that, boosts my social battery.
When did you decide to create content?
When did I decide to create content? That's a great question. I think I'll tell you the story. It came to the decision randomly. I'm not going to say where I was or what I was doing, but for those of you who follow the history of Culture Talk and Kultured Khun in particular, you know that this personality or this brand was born on October, some weird night where I was in a conspicuous place, in a different state of mind, should I say. And when when you're levitating from the norm, when you're just above those clouds and cloud nine, some random ideas come to your head and I just ran with it. So I remember whilst I was in this happy, floaty, go-lucky, whatever frame of mind, the narrative in my head was just like, we need to create something. And I'm not going to say those voices in my head in case you people think I was like possessed or something, which I'm not. But what had happened was I came to the idea and I called my girlfriend. I was like, babe, I'm going to start this. And she was like, what? Why? What? That's so random. I was like, yeah, I'm going to start it. I saw I was live and then I got people and created an account, I think the very next day or the same day or something like that. And we just rolled with it. Basically, be careful what you take in. That would be my advice to you lot. Because in case you have crazy ideas like mine, then But yeah, I decided to create content on that fateful night. And I feel like dealing with the people I've dealt with and being in the relationship I'm in currently romantically, I think I was always inspired by content creators, particularly locally, who are trying to push and trying to get their message out there. And I think for me, I felt like I'm one of those people with a lot on my heart and a lot on my head. And so on that fateful day, it was almost like a snowball effect of stuff I'd been keeping in and it just came out. So I just needed that release and that outlet.
What made you start doing poetry?
What made me start doing poetry? Uh, not to hype anyone up, but at school, the English teacher's always the coolest. I don't know if I'm capping it, but my English teachers, okay, maybe the last one not so much, but the rest of them, they were pretty cool people. And I think I started to see poetry as more of a language than, say, a field of study or a subject. And when I say language, I meant as far as expressing yourself, using the allegory, the alliteration, the rhyme, the rhythm, all of that, the pentameter, it's beautiful, using the different meters and everything. And I think expressing yourself poetically hits different because it's art in motion. I think most artists, particularly like musicians, are poets. And essentially what the music is simply poetry with a beat on it, and so from that, I think I was able to channel some of my inner demons into my writing. And obviously I've written a lot which I haven't shared, but I think gaining that confidence and that courage to start sharing was what, allowed me to come where I am right now.
Do you intend to take it on to another level?
Of course. No one wants to stay small forever. You always want to grow. And I think for me, growth is particularly important because I've seen the growth over time. Obviously, there was a point when I had 0 followers, 0 subscribers, 0 anything, and we're growing now. So as small as I am, as small as the channel is, what I am chasing is impact. And I think, the power of storytelling, I'll be able to impact and influence the lives of other individuals such as myself, people who have been broken down by stigma, by society, by parents, peers, and just, people who you trusted and disappointed you. So of course, I think right now, the direction which Kultured Khun is going is not really for me, per se, Culture Talk, because I think there's a lot of people who have been involved in the process and will be involved in the process. So even as we create stuff and disperse it around, it's not necessarily just Khun driven, I think it's more community driven. And I think that's the point I'd like to push, is that this channel, this page, this identity, this brand is for you. It's for all of us. If you have any ideas, you can pitch, you can send them in. If you would like to work with us, we can collaborate. We're really open here at Culture Talk, and we're always looking for people who have, bright and budding ideas. So I think growing, we need to grow obviously within ourselves, but also within the community, because we believe this page will touch and change lives for the better.
What do you feel when you do this?
What do I feel when I do this? I think I kind of answered this question before when I was saying I express my higher self. So I think I'm most confident, most bold, most bright, most beautiful, most brazen when I'm on the mic or in front of the camera. I feel like the person I've been keeping behind closed doors. And ever since I started content creating, I feel like I've been more content with the person I am and with what I release, because now I used to look at insights or views or commentary or analytics and all of that. But right now, I feel like it's sort of a random act of kindness that I'm doing.
How far do you want to take your podcast / YouTube channel?
My ambition knows no bounds. So, wherever it can go, we're finna take it. We want it to be worldwide, we want it to be all over Africa, we want it to be everywhere. And I think the reason for that is because, like I just said before, this page is not just about me, nor is it only for me, it's for you guys. And I think the reason why I started the YouTube channel is because you people were calling on, having a platform where you could share your ideas, share your personality, and share who you really are with the people that care about you, people who don't know. You feel what I'm saying? So, end of the day, wherever it goes, that's where we're finna take it. But yes, I love it to be huge, I love it to be big, I love it to be just everything. So, that's me.